Hi, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Making Sawdust, the channel all about using what you got and not what you ain't. If you're a DIYer and you don't own all the fancy tools, you came to the right place. So click the subscribe button, stick around, give me a like at the end of this video, and let's get started. It is finally time, guys, to start working on my workbenches. I have a few orders coming up, and I need to have my tools set up in a more efficient manner. Right here, I am taking down an old makeshift retaining wall and removing all this soft backfill and starting to level up my floor a little bit. What I am intending on doing is having a 24-inch deep by 16-foot long melamine topped workbench with my surface planer, my radial arm saw, and a bandsaw, and probably a bench grinder and a few other things set up. I am using repurposed lumber. This is some framing lumber, and obviously I have a few nails to pull out of it. I have a video coming up on my Makin Sawdust channel that is a Wyoming nail pulling tips and tricks. Right here I am actually excavating part of this wall. This is a bentonite clay and a sand mixture, so it is super tough. You can see me taking a little breather right there. My forearm's pretty sore. What I'm basically doing is I'm building this bench. I'm making a shelf in that foundation wall, that dirt foundation wall, so the back of my bench can sit there, and actually I don't have to excavate a lot of that foundation. So I'm just kind of using a 2x4 as a gauge and getting prepared. So by creating that shelf, I've saved a lot of excavation, and I also didn't want to disturb a lot of that dirt foundation. I had a tree root in the corner, which you can probably see there, so I'm walking back there with my handsaw, and obviously it's pretty dead. I didn't need to cut that off at all. Working by yourself sometimes is quite difficult, so you have to come up with some creative ways to hold things. I only have two hands, so another reason I created that shelf was to stabilize the back side of the bench while I'm assembling my cross braces. This is a work in progress, so I don't have an exact plan on what I'm going to do, what I'm going to cut. I just have a basic idea of the length of my bench and how much material I need to utilize and how much footprint I need to save inside my shop. So again, that shelf is quite helpful right there. Right now I'm creating the second end of my bench, the second 8 feet, and obviously checking for level. It's pretty hard to build a bench on an unlevel surface, so it's kind of a build as I go. Extra support brace in the middle there, most likely where I'm going to mount my bench grinder. And it never fails. I always run out of a battery when I am filming. Note the disgusted look on my face. It is so funny. I do only have one Milwaukee battery because the other one fails to charge anymore. They're kind of expensive, so I'm waiting for Santa Claus to actually bring me another Milwaukee battery. I'm attaching the end of this bench to a piling that actually is not being used anymore. It looks like you can see that it's a railroad tie. That is one of the old supports for the house. And you can also see there's a lot of area behind there that's already excavated. So I think I'm going to take those two pilings out and build more bench throughout that area. Right here, I'm driving some 12-inch spikes down into the floor. We're running out of gas. Boy, I can't find my 2-pound sledgehammer. I think I lost it in the move somewhere. You know way, goofus. You mooch your butt. You mooch your butt. Mooch your butt. I'm attaching a lot more uprights right here. These are vertical uprights, and these are actually going to stabilize the bench more, but also serve as a retaining wall for the dirt. Above the bench, you could see there's still a lot of dirt wall, and this plywood that I'm attaching right here is actually going to facilitate a retaining wall, and I can excavate a lot of that dirt above the bench and create more storage space, and also an area for a tool wall behind my bench. In addition to all the spikes that I drove in on the lower section on the footing of my bench, I'm using these 12-inch spikes to drive into the existing foundation wall. It is, again, really tough material, bentonite clay and sand mix. And it is really locked in the backside of that bench. So really not fearing any stability issues or any movement from backfilling the dirt above it into that cavity on the backside. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Hopefully you found this valuable and entertaining. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think and how this is progressing in the comments. Get out in your shop and make some sawdust.